Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to make a graph from our data, and we have our LED height test group, and we have our mean here, and we have our fluorescent test group with the fast plants, and we have the means here. So what we're trying to do is build a graph with two sets of data with error bars and make it nice and pretty, and of course show all the data trends. All right, and you can make this graph your own in so many different ways, and I'm going to try to show you how to get the basics done to do this. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to select day 6 and the mean of the LED group. That's what I'm going to do first. And then I'm going to go to, of course, I'm working in Excel for Mac, if I didn't mention that. And I'm going to insert a chart and make it a line chart. Okay. And I'm going to click on that. And it's going to make me a nice kind of very basic chart here. And I'm just going to move this to the right so we have some space and make it big enough so we can see what's going on here. Okay, and that's really important because I'm going to need the access to the data table. All right, yeah, very basic here. Now, what I have is the LED group. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on the graph, kind of without the lines, just kind of click on it. You can see the little lines here. The graph, if I don't click on it, doesn't kind of, the graph is kind of not selected. So select the graph and you get these, again, the graph kind of lights up a little bit. And I'm going to hit this select data right here. Okay, I could also right click on it, but I'm going to hit select data. Okay, now what I'm going to first do is name this series 1, and I'm just going to, it's already selected, so I'm just going to make it LED. So it's going to make a legend. We're going to make a legend for this. So I'm going to select LED. All right, and then I'm going to click off of it. Okay, great. Now, what I want to do is I want to add another series, another line to this data here. Okay, I'm going to kind of move this down right here. And so I'm going to add a little plus here. Again, I'm working with in Mac, Excel for Mac, so your little pop-up screens can be different. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the Y values here. So I'm kind of going to click on this. When I click on this button right here, it's going to ask for what values for my Y values. My Y values, of course, are the heights in centimeters. So I'm going to just click on that, and it's looking for a range, and I'm just going to give it the means, okay, right there. And then I'm going to hit enter or return, because I don't want to click anywhere else in my graph. It's going to look for that range. Okay, and then I'm going to give that a name. And I'm going to call that the fluorescent group, because that's the fluorescent light. So FLU, fluorescent. Okay, that's the fluorescent group. And I'm going to kind of click off that. And I've got that. And the axis labels, okay. I'm going to go click on this because, well, we want day 6, day 8, and day 10 to kind of line up. So I'm going to click on that as well. And I'll just do this. I'm not sure if that's necessary, honestly, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm just going to collect those labels. And then I'm going to hit OK. And now I have the second graph there. Okay. A lot more work to do here. Okay. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this vertical value. Okay, I'm going to right click. All right, and or at least try to click on it here. Good. So I just clicked on it. I thought I could right click, but I couldn't. So for me, I had to click on this data group, select it, and then I got pop-up windows here. So I'm just going to move this pop-up screen here to the right. All right, so again, I just kind of selected this and this kind of popped up. And this is formatting the axis, okay? And I forget exactly where I want to do here. So I don't care about the color, the shadow, but I'm looking for a range, okay? Axis options, and now I got it. Okay, so what I did was I clicked on this chart axis, the y-axis. I clicked on, the box appeared, I got this, and then I'm going to click on the axes options, not the text options, or the axes options, and then I'm clicking on the graph here, and here's the bounds. Okay, notice it goes from 0 to 9. I kind of want the graph to show more of the trend. So if you notice, from 0 to 3 it's not showing. So I'm going to make my minimum 3.5. Okay, and then my maximum I'm going to go to 8.5 so that I can show more of the trend. You see how it kind of zoomed in? I have like a break here. I think that's really important to show that when you do a graph, to show the trends as much as possible. Okay, great. Now I got that, and I'm going to kind of close that off there. Okay, good. Now there's some more work to do. Let's add some error bars. Okay, so I'm going to just click on this line here. In fact, before we do that, let's add the legend because it's kind of cool. So I'm going to add this add chart element. So again, if I follow my cursor to the left, a lot of different things you can add to make this your own graph to make it unique is all written here. So there's all the different things we can do. All right, and let's go after the legend first. That's going to tell us what's the LED color and what's the color for the fluorescent. And I'm going to go bottom. Okay, and you can see right away we have the LED and fluorescent here showing up. Now, I'm not stuck and bound by this color. I could change these colors. So if I double click on this line, okay, and I go to the paint can, I can change the color. I'm going to leave mine, but you can certainly do all those different things. And you change the color of the LED, it's going to change the legend. So a lot of things you can do. You could change the type of line too, make it less transparent. A lot of different things we can do here, but I'm not going to go through that. What I want to do after now I've added a legend, okay, is now I want to add the error bars. That's the most important thing before we get going here. So I'm going to click on this line. I'm just clicking on the line. Okay. So I've got it selected. You can see that, you can see the line is at least lit up here by this point. I can click on the red line, same thing. So I'm going to click on the line so I see all 3 data points. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to go to add chart element, and I'm going to go to error bars. And I'm just going to add something called standard error. It's not the error bars we need, but for whatever reason, I need to do this first. So it's going to add these error bars. Okay, it did actually change my line here a little bit. We can fix that later because I want to go back to 8.5, or it expanded it, I'm sorry, because the error bars got bigger. But in any case, I want to change this up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, so these are called standard error bars. I'm not even sure what they are, but we need to use the values that we calculated in our graph, right? The standard error of the mean plus or minus 2. We need these values over here. So I'm going to click on these error bars, double click, and I'm going to get another pop-up box. I'm going to move that pop-up box or that screen over. I'm going to try to anyway. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to go click on over here, custom. Okay, I'm going to move this down so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to go to custom, and it says specify the value. Okay, notice there's 2 places. There's a positive and negative. Remember, this is plus or minus 2. So we're going to just, for the positive, I'm just going to, remember doing LED first, we clicked on this error, this line here. So I'm going to go plus or minus 2 right here. That's the positive, and then I'm going to click on this one right here, and then I'm going to select the same values because it's plus or minus that number again. I'm just picking these 3 for LED. Okay, and then I'm going to hit return and hit OK. And we should see that the error bars, okay, changed and are now different from each other based upon these values here. Okay, the next step is we'll do the same thing for the third one, and again we can actually click on these error bars, and by double clicking I can get some different things going on. I could change the color, I could change the width, or let's 0.75, so if I want to make them a little thicker I can do that. I made mine 1.5. Okay, good times. All right, now I click off them, and now I'm going to click on the red. And as I click the red, you can see that all the 3 data points are selected. I'm going to go to add chart. I'm going to go to error bars. I'm going to click standard. It's going to give me these wacky ones that aren't right. I'm going to click on these error bars. Okay. And what I'm going to do, my friends, is once I click on this error bar, I should get a new format error bars. And I'm looking for this. So this is the color of the error bars. This is like some shadow or something glows if you want to make it shadow and glow. Here is this little bar graph is where I find the custom. So clicking on the error bars, I get this bar graph thing. I'm going to click custom like I did before. I'm going to move this down first because I need to specify my values just like before. But this time I'm going to look for the fluorescent because the red is the fluorescent. And I'm looking for, notice it's got me loaded up for the positive value, which would be this. Then I'm going to click down here. I click that corner and I'm going to go that positive again. Again, if I'm going too fast, stop the video, rewind it, watch what I'm doing. Okay, I'm trying to make a small enough video that you can work from. And then I'm going to hit return like I did last time. And then hit OK. And now I have my error bars. And now, you know, I just see that we're going to do both. And we're going to go back to the color. And I want to make this 1.5 as well. Okay, and they're my error bars. And again, I could change the cap type from flap to square and all kinds of stuff here. Okay, but I'm not going to get that crazy. So we got our error bars. Okay, and boom. That's great. Now, I'm going to go back and change my y-axis again. So I'm going to click on that because I've got it spreading out a little bit, and it did that because of the error bar I made. So I'm going to go to clicking on this vertical axis. I'm going to click on the graph, and I'm going to make this minimum 8.5 again. So it kind of expanded on me when I had the error bars growing. Okay, and now I have a great little chart here, and this is the bare minimum. And of course, I can change the chart. I can click on the chart title. Okay, and I could change the chart title. I'm going to call that, and let's go LED. Okay. Verse, and again, you can make this anything you'd like to that makes any sense for the lab. That would verse fluorescent light in fast plants. Okay. Something else I want to do is I want to label my axes. That's something we would do on the AP, right? So clicking on the chart here, going to add chart label, I'm going to go axes titles, and I want to do the vertical. Okay, and I'm going to click on it. It's kind of weird because now you're writing kind of down, but if you click on it, I get a you know, a cursor. And I'm sorry if I'm cursoring on this video. Okay, I'm sorry, I really have a problem. But I'm going to try to click on the E here. It's kind of weird. Okay, yep. And then delete it. And then just going to type in height. And then I'm going to use a unit, centimeters, because we did this in centimeters. Okay, and so I have a height in centimeters. You got the day. Okay, and you know, we're well on our way here to having a great graph. All right, maybe, and again, you can stretch this out and you could change a lot of things here. You could change the color in the background. What I want is more of the lines here. So again, clicking on the graph, I'm going to go add chart element, and I'm going to go, let's say, lines, not drop down, not trend lines, grid lines. Let's go, you know, make this, yes, we had some grid lines if you can see there. Okay. Something else that I think is really important as I'm finishing up, because again, you can jazz this up so many different ways if you go through the choices and right click, and I'd like you to do that. I want to add some points here. So I'm going to click this graph. You notice the 3 points come up. Okay, so I click the graph and I get this format data here. So all I did was click the line, and I'm going to go to this paint can. See what it says marker? I'm going to hit marker, and then marker options. Kind of cool. I'm going to use built-in. I'm going to go with a diamond, and I'll keep it at 5, and I want to color it black so it kind of jumps out, and you can see that there. It kind of did that. And of course you could make the size of it bigger to pop if you'd like. Okay, and maybe I'll make it pop a little bit, and then I'll go to the red. Same thing. I see that when I click on it, I see the 3 data points kind of get selected. I'm going to go to marker again. I'm going to go built-in, and I'm going to choose a diamond. Their boyfriend's or man's worst nightmare. Okay. So we go to, I don't know, 9 or 10, and boom. And then I say, okay, I can click off of that. And now I've got some data points. And again, you could mix and match you like. There's so many different things you can do here. But that's our basic graph. You can see some overlapping here, and you can see that these two are not overlapping, and it kind of grows from day 10. But that's the basics of how to make that graph. We can change the background, and the kind of the AI thing up here. They can make some changes for you, but many different ways to jazz this up and make this your own. But this is the basics of how to add those two different lines, and I hope that helped. If I went too fast, play me at a slower speed or stop and replay me. But that's how you're going to add two different data sets and with error bars. And I would like to have this part obviously with your data table. So I need a data table and I need a graph by itself to be added. So cut and paste that into your labs. Hope that helps. See you next time.